Hello, my name is Viktor Chornopyskyy, and today we're gonna talk in our program Meet the Book about my own book, which is called The Adventures of Brave Gnomes. This book I wrote and published few years ago, first in Ukraine. This is Ukrainian edition, and that was only paperback, which I sold long time ago. That's by the way, that's the map of my enigmatic land, which is described in the book. Then I decided to translate it into English, and that's what I did. And that's the English book. The map of enigmatic land is like this. I basically created my own land, my own country, the same as Ursula Le Guin did, or Edmund Hamilton, or Andre Norton, or Tolkien. And in this land, my heroes, four gnomes, Thor, Dan, Thompson and Hansen, and a few others, they go through all kinds of thrilling adventures. They fight, they make discoveries, they visit different enigmatic places. The book is not too big. It's about 70 pages. And if we talk about PDF format, it's pretty much the same. That's the PDF format. That's how it looks like. Oh, sorry. It fits very nicely the screen. Very nicely, beautifully made product. So I sell it on Amazon.ca. You can go there, download this book, and enjoy. And the end, there are illustrations there in appendix. And as you can see, those illustrations are very unusual. Those illustrations are the pictures which I made myself when I was a child, and I was walking to my school through this unusual land, and that's where my stories have originated. Just take a look at this picture. This is the place of alchemist. Can you see the alchemist? Or for example, that picture. Thor and Dan, they stand on the stump called the temple. Book has 11 stories. You can read them from beginning to the end, or you can open book on any story you like, and then you read it, and then you will still understand what the book is about, either this way or that way. Very adaptable, very easy to read. Book is packed with adventures, but also from time to time it even has a poetry. For example, like this. In the silence of night, looking up to the top, I enter the distant starry world. So many stars bring light to us, their energy runs through space and time. My hands to the sky I will raise, stars' pure energy I will take. Branch of a tree, a light wind will move, and beloved one to me will come. We'll unite together, you and I, and in space dance will come new life. That's when I'm describing some kind of literature evening in Iron Town. That evening after the fried snail had been eaten by candlelight and all appetizers had been satiated, the company sat in the backyard. Somewhere in the hedges a cricket began to sing. Whitmark's husband of the beautiful Stella read one of his poems, which I just read. As they listened, they watched the flames of the candles flicker in the wind. From time to time, a falling star would burn a blazing streak across the dark sky. Store and Dan thought about far forests and missed their home. Let me read some kind of scenes from the book. What's going on? Around the midnight, the gnomes heard some commotion coming from the roomy tavern on the lower floor. At first, they didn't think too much about it, but when they heard screams, they leaped out of bed, grabbed their swords, and rushed downstairs. In the middle of the tavern stood 5 robbers, and one of them wore a triangular hat. "Food and wine!" the one in the hat demanded. "Quickly, now, 2 barrels!" "I won't give you anything," shouted the hostess. "You don't deserve it. You don't do any work or make anything useful." "Shut up and bring the wine, otherwise I will burn everything." Store and Dan stepped out from the shadows. "You will not lay a finger on this place," growled Store. The pirate gnome's mouth fell open in surprise. "Ah, you're the same travelers we caught in our net. Ha ha ha. Have you seen my dagger? Here, catch!" The robber suddenly threw a dagger at Store. Store stood still. The dagger hit his energy shield and fell to the floor. "Ah, come on!" yelled the robber, drawing his sword. The fight began. At one point, Store was wounded. Even though it was 2 gnomes against 5 robbers, Store and Dan still managed to inflict far more damage on the robbers. Suddenly, the door to the tavern opened and in ran Thompson, swinging a big mace. "Aha! There you are!" he yelled. He clobbered the nearest robber, who fell to the floor. 2 others dodged his mace and rushed past him out the door, but no sooner had they cleared the doorstep than they ran into Hansen. Hansen grabbed both of them and slammed their foreheads together. Store and Dan knocked out the rest of them, including one with triangular hat. The hostess, who hadn't done anything but watch and battle in alarm, thanked them afterwards. "Ah, we could never live in peace because of them. They raided all the hotels along this road. Now let's get them to the boats and send them to White River." Something like that. Or for example, we go, let's see the Astor Town. Unexpected meeting, page 26. Here it is how Gnomes astronomers live. Life here is pleasant and interesting. We all are very happy. We stargaze on every cloudless night. We allow our minds to wander through the realms of the universe. The magnificence of the cosmos truly fills our souls with joy. While we are stargazing, we forget about everything else. We want to understand how planets move, how comets change when they near the sun, and of course we want to look at the stars. Our observations go until the sky begins to brighten. Then it is important to drink a cup of herbal tea and, while it is still dark, to go to sleep. We wake up at noon around 11 a.m. We wash ourselves and perform gymnastics and house exercises. A brunch is then served by one or two of our community members. We take turns cooking for the entire company. During brunch, we exchange news and discuss what was seen on the previous night. Then we drink tea, read books, and decide who will observe which part of the sky on the next night. In the evening, we prepare ourselves for stargazing. We choose the necessary star charts and observation journals and adjust our telescopes. Then we have dinner. As the sun passes under the horizon, the sky burns with beautiful unearthly lights. Slowly they die away and the stars come out, and we begin again our exchange with the universe. And one more thing I can read to you. Basically, there was a old man in far forest. He lived 186 years, and then he decided just to go into another dimension. So basically, Gnomes wanted to go to visit him, and then they found empty stump, empty place where he lived, and basically the old man disappeared, cried Thompson. How many times have I seen him at his stump, strolling slowly? Then also returned to the gathering place at Orge's stump. Gazing about, he happened to glance at a low shelf where he spotted a note. He picked it up and read aloud. I, Orge, have lived in far forest longer than anybody else. During my years of retirement, I began to see the world in a different way. Decades of training and martial art exercises led me to the realization that I was able to get into other worlds, worlds parallel to our own. Time runs quite differently over there. It's a completely different place. In the forest, I found a place where, at certain times, my energy is amplified. Today, I am going to that place. Be good friends, stay healthy, and goodbye. As Dan finished the note, there came a loud noise from outside. One of the gnomes was running and shouting, I've seen him! I've seen him! What did you see? Asked the other gnomes. I was wandering through the woods when I saw old Orge walking slowly, leaning on his stick, and then he disappeared. How? Dissolved in the air. Don't you think you drank too much ale? How could such a thing be possible? At that point, Dan emerged from the hollow and read the note to the group of gnomes. Miracles, they gasped in response. For several long weeks, the gnomes discussed the unusual events of the day when old Orge has disappeared. Meanwhile, Thompson's team was preparing for their great hike. For when the time came, the gnomes would move east. Everybody, go to Amazon.ca, find this book.